I think we're live. We live,
We're late,
everyone?
actually.
Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful October 15th, 2024. Hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you're on the world. I'm sorry, I have a great day myself. And we are joined by Real Texas Politics, Mr. Luke Gagnon, like usual.
Hello.
Also known as Small Village, you gotta.
That's real. Yeah, so there's a lot to get to today. Brand new polling for the Senate races, brand new polling down in Michigan, a lot of new early voting data, a lot to get to. We have to talk with the Cheney stuff that just broke. I thought that was a meme, but yeah, there's a lot to get to. But first, before we get into it, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel. Guys, just $1 a month and you can join the channel. It's very simple, $1 a month. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, best way is sending
For real,
super chats
guys.
via the chat.
For real, guys. You gotta support rap. We need him. We need him to keep making the content. You gotta keep it up. Keep pumping out the money. Give him some super chats. Do whatever you can. Keep rap in the business.
Yeah,
you know?
just $1 a month, folks. And if you have any questions, concerns, send super chats. Again, I'll read through as much of chat as possible. But usually, super chats best way to get your questions answered. Alrighty, we got a couple super chats. Lord Rhino for 2. I am the Senate. That's real. K Cub for 5.
True. So true.
Who's a real goon? Mark Robinson or Game Freak with all the Pokemon stuff that was leaked from a hacker yesterday? Hashtag never goon. I don't know. The Video Maker for 2. I'm getting optimistic on Rust Belt Senate races. Yeah. And that's kind of the whole point of the stream today. Talking about the current state of the Senate. American Nerd for 5. Besides Lake and White, who's the worst Senate candidate the GOP is running this cycle? That's the only real bad ones. Lake and White.
Yeah, dude, we lucked out on the Rust Belt. We got like good candidates in like every state.
Sam Brown. But Bruce Johnson for 5. Do you think the race will be called on election night or days after? I think it'll be called like on election night. I think it will be. Got a gut feeling it's not gonna be one of those things where it lasts like 15 like days or whatever, then we get a result. Mega Belarus for 5. I went down to Madison this past Sunday. I expect to see a lot of Harris Baldwin signs. Holy shit, this is where they've been hiding. Yeah, well, that's Madison. I mean, that's not a surprise.
Yeah, Madison's like the one part of Wisconsin that's moving hard left. Like it's a mess. Like just screw over Madison.
Yeah, Madison. And just for those that don't know, it is the same.
It is San Francisco of Midwest. Like 100%.
It's a complete shit show and just trending to the left. It sucks, but that's what's happening in Madison. So I'm not surprised. You're gonna. Yeah,
you ever come to Wisconsin? Avoid Madison like the plague. I would rather go to the north side of Milwaukee than go to Madison.
Milwaukee, at least there's nice parts of it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I wasn't listening. What's going on in Madison?
So Madison, there's a bunch of like Harris Baldwin signs. Like that's where all the signs are.
Oh, okay. Well, no, yeah,
that's where they're hiding.
I don't like to talk about people like that. It's just one big cult in Madison. I'm being dead serious. Like everyone there, it's groupthink. They all think the same. They all act the same. They're all Democrats. Not even just like they're just flat out partisan Dems.
It's so funny though how Trump still held a rally there. That was a W.
Yeah. Well, it kind of because some of the college students maybe they'll vote Republican, but.
They got decent turnout at that rally, but to be fair, a lot of them came from out of county, so.
Yeah, Jets Unleashed for 5. Hot take, we will win Wisconsin Senate race, Pennsylvania Senate, and Michigan Senate. I think we win one of the 3 for sure at this point.
Yeah, I know my friend Boston Nationalist, he's expecting us to win all 3. I'm not too confident. I think we're at least going to get Hovde. I'm very confident in Hovde as of right now.
That's the point of the stream, but before we get into that, Tyler T for 2. Trump is surging on poly market over plus 16 right now. Yeah, so the betting odds are just getting worse for Dems. They're collapsing. There's no.
Yeah, Harris is dead on poly market.
I mean, right now she's at 42%, and Trump's just below 58.
Again, though, betting odds don't vote, so be sure to get on vote. The betting odds are very good for
the betting odds. You gotta be careful because they can be like, they can inflate results. I get that, but it's clear that even the people in the betting markets, they're starting to realize, okay, it's over. It's not looking good for Harris at all. Which again, I call this, by the way. I said that it's be like the middle of October. That's when people are gonna start realizing that Harris is not gonna win. But Frankie Jr. for 5. Thoughts that Pennsylvania said they're gonna take days account of the ballots makes me nervous. We're just gonna see 2020 part 2. Well, okay, again, yeah, they're probably gonna count ballots for days, but we're gonna know on election night who won. It's not really like 2020 where we don't know. So We're gonna
Yeah,
know.
like
on
guys, we got to
election night.
remember during the primary in Pennsylvania, we had like all the results in like pretty early. Like it was like 99% in by the
Yeah,
morning.
and when they
So
say
unless it's like Florida 2000, we'll know who won Pennsylvania right
yeah,
away.
and people understand like what happened in 2020, even 22. Like they counted the ballots kind of fast. Like not
Oh
every
yeah, that
ballot.
too. Everyone just kind of overlooked it in 22 because like Fetterman won so easily. So like, but yeah, they were quick in 22. So
Yeah, I mean, again, it wasn't like, 5 minutes they were done like Florida. No, it took a while. But, they got like 95% done on election night. So,
again, though, everyone be wary because Harris is gonna have like an 80-20 lead when Pennsylvania first drops. Don't be like
well,
dooming.
it's on the early voting in Pennsylvania. I don't know about that, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Object Clays Cater for 20. Follow-up from last night, I was mistaken about GOP popular vote in 23. Also, even though Republicans lost, there was a bunch of seats that were close that weren't swing seats. So Republicans did improve everywhere and barely lost a few seats. Yeah, if Virginia did not gerrymander the state legislature, which they did, more than likely Republicans, they would have won the legislature.
Yeah, the tipping points, it was like McCullough plus 4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an issue.
And they barely lost it.
Yeah.
The video maker for 5. Hard to believe that Madison had a GOP House representative back in the 90s and Tommy Thompson won it. Yeah, I mean, that's Madison before, like, 2000.
Well, yeah, dude, he's Tommy Thompson.
Yeah.
Tommy Thompson wins I think he even won the native reservation. Like,
yeah.
he just doesn't know.
He does not care. He does not care. Stephen Howard for 5. Rap, I think there's a chance Moreno wins by 5+ and no one sees it coming. Do you agree, or do you think it'll be much closer? So, let's talk about the Senate races right now, because we gotta talk about how this is gonna get for Dems, how bad it's really getting. Because some people, I don't think people understand how bad this really looks for Dems right now. Like, I'm not trying to say that Trump's for sure or Republicans are for sure gonna win every single Senate race, but this is looking bad for them. Like, it seems like every day it's getting worse and worse and worse for them. It's like, I don't know. K-Cup for 5. People Madison tried to get me to sing Anti-Walker with them. I said I don't speak English, then they showed the songbook was in 7 different languages.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. Just say you don't speak English.
Yeah, those people are nuts. Again, the people Madison, they're different. How do you say this nicely? They're different. That's one way to put it.
They're different. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I can say other things about it, but it's not pretty. But all right. I think it's time we talk about the current state of the Senate, because people are just like, we're kind of not talking about it enough. Like, everyone's talking about the presidency, obviously, but like, it seems like people are kind of just forgetting about the Senate. That's like, oh yeah, Republicans are probably going to take back the Senate more than likely. I mean, at this point, can we just all agree they're going to win the Senate? I mean,
oh yeah, well yeah, it's guaranteed. Polymarket has it like 80%. Even Predict it has it like 80%. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah, so I want to be clear that it's possible Dems could win it through some crazy upset of like Nebraska, but even then, I still have a gut feeling Fisher's going to win like 10 or whatever. It's not be that close.
Yeah, we're winning Nebraska. I hate to bring it to people.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna win it. It's gonna be like Kansas 2020. Remember when everyone said that was gonna be close?
Roger
and we ended up winning
Marshall's
it by like
lose.
11.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was like toss-up territory, and we ended up easily winning it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Nebraska.
Also,
like all the polls done there are like Dem internals. So like,
yeah,
people
every
gotta stop
single one is a Democrat eternal or Osborne eternal. Every single one.
Yeah.
The video maker for 2. Yo voy upvoda por Donald Trump the Madison voters. I don't think that would work in Madison. I don't think that would work in Madison. It's just a bunch of white liberals, a bunch of white liberal hippies.
Yeah. It's Madison's like 80% white, so it's not. Yeah, you're not gonna get like minorities. Like, the minorities aren't really a play in Madison.
Yeah,
Milwaukee,
thing, like,
yes, but not Madison.
Yeah, well, Milwaukee, yeah, that makes sense. Madison it's a bunch of white upscale liberals that live there. I'm not even kidding when I say it. It's literally just like 80. It's like 95% white or whatever.
They're all Bernie bros too.
Yeah. Phantom Raider for not even the cool ones. The ones that are just like cringe. Phantom Raider for 5. Hey, Rap, we got a question for you. What would it take to make California into a purple state? Not solid blue nor solid red, obviously just purple.
Guys, can we stop talking about like blue states? It's like you said, like the libs who are like Bernie's gonna win West Virginia. That's what you guys sound like.
Just wonder like how can Republicans? The only way that could happen,
they can win some congressional seats there for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Like we've managed to flip a lot. Like Scott Baugh has a possibility of flipping that one.
Pull it off.
So there's some races we narrowly lost in 2020. 2022 that we have the ability to win there in the future. But I don't think we can be talking about statewide victories there anytime
Well,
soon.
here's what's
I
with
get that the
California.
governor race was kind of shockingly close in 22, but still, like, don't get your hopes up. We're not going to see a red California anytime soon.
The
okay?
only way it could be purple is if Hispanics really shift like 20 points right. Even then, that may not be enough. They have to shift,
Even
like,
then,
30,
the
40.
whites in California vote blue. So
Yeah.
like,
You need Hispanics to become very Republican. You need African American voters to be much more purple, and you need whites to vote majority Republican there. Is it possible? Maybe, but is it likely? Hell no. SMG Productions for 5. Harris desperate Fox News interview and considering going on Rogan now with only 3 weeks until election day. Her internals must be awful. Yeah, I mean, what does it tell you? That she's trying to go on Joe Rogan. I mean,
oh God.
can you
No,
imagine?
they should have a debate on Joe Rogan
They
just
should.
sitting at the table. That'd be hilarious.
Can you imagine Joe Rogan with Harris? First of all, why is he not interviewing Trump yet? Why?
Thought they're trying to get that, but I think he wants to do both of them.
Like at the same time?
I mean, Rogan, I think, is still somewhat of a Democrat, but
No, he's a libertarian. He voted Joe Jorgensen in 2020. He was going to vote RFK, so he's like on the fence now.
Well, yeah, but like the funny thing is, like, if she's going to Joe Rogan, like if Joe Rogan's like not gonna be a hack about it, he would. I hope to God that he's actually like asking her questions, like trying to make her like answer stuff. He better
Yeah,
not.
Joe Rogan is like left wing on economics, and then like socially libertarian. That's what he is. It's kind of like, yeah.
I've read that already. Cherokee Bear for 2. Oh, this is a question for Real Texan, basically. Do you think Colin Allred is tougher than Beto? I don't think so.
No.
What do you think?
no.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Is there like any appeal?
No, Cruz is gonna win by like 5. Like, let's be real.
No,
I
seriously.
think, you have Trump on the ballot. That'll help a lot. But Beto had a unique strategy. I mean, he had the Nixon strategy going for him.
Well, he pretended to be that blue collar Democrat. People forget about that. That's why he came close to winning. Like he was like the blue collar Dem, and then after that he it went to his head, and we don't know what happened to the debate. I will never forget that. I will never forget the when he said, "Oh yes, we're taking our AR-15s." It's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea to say that when you're from Texas. What's worse that could happen? Not go too good for him. I heard Trump was hinting about being on Joe Rogan. I think he'll be on there. And just, are they gonna do one of those things where it's both Trump and Harris at the same time? Would he do that?
We'll have to wait and see.
I mean, like, first of all, would Trump even go for that? That's a real question. Would Trump go for a Joe Rogan podcast if Harris is there? What do you guys think?
Maybe. I don't know, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No.
To be honest, I have a feeling Joe Rogan isn't going to get either of them on. I think he's just kind of saying that.
I don't know.
I think everyone's just going to forget about it.
But Elon Musk, he's making a play for it. He's good friends with him. I don't know.
We'll wait and see, I guess.
It's one of those things. I think Trump should go on Joe Rogan if he can. Just get on there. You're reaching a wide audience that more than likely these people would never vote for you. But if you just go on the podcast, maybe you can convince them to vote for you. It's literally the Joe Rogan voter. I mean, that's who listens.
Joe Rogan voter.
There are a bunch of Joe Rogan types. You know, like they might have supported
God.
Bernie back in 2020 or whatever, but like voted like third party or whatever. You know, there's a bunch of them that exist. It's literally just the Joe Rogan voter.
Oh yeah. I just have to say this though, because I'm about to have to go. So I know the point of this was to talk about the Senate races. So can we get to that real quick?
Yeah. We just had a lot of questions. Video maker for 2.
Because I gotta go in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, the video maker for 2. Hey Rap, can I be a mod for your channel? No, we already got mods. All right.
Yeah, they got mods. Okay.
Surely.
If you donate like $20 a year, no, like a minute, then maybe.
No, don't.
I'm kidding. Don't do it. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
All right, so yeah, for the Senate. So we have brand new polling from the NRSC today, and man, this is
Hovde +1. Let's go.
Yeah, so it's Shahi +8, Moreno +2, Hovde +1, Gallego +4, Casey +1, Rosen +5, Slotkin tied. Yeesh. That is real bad. And for starters, remember when everyone was making a big deal about those Eternals in quotation that leaked yesterday? Remember when everyone made a big deal about that, and no one's saying a word about this?
To be fair, I think I think the NRC published those as like a fundraising thing. That was the main point of
I
that.
think so, but people fell for it. People actually fell for that.
Yeah,
shit.
that was like a fundraiser. It's actually funny though, because they had Hovde, like even in those like that were awful for Republicans, Hovde was only down 1. So I think Hovde, you want me to be fully honest, if the election was held today, I think Hovde would win. Like full stop, I think he'd win. So
I'm getting that conclusion.
like that's
he clearly has
yeah.
momentum. It's clear as day.
He has momentum, and based on even if we have a slight underestimation of Republicans in polls in Wisconsin, Hovde wins like easily. Well, like maybe not easily, but he'd win. He'd win by probably around a Ron Johnson 22 margin, which is less than ideal, but still good.
And people are not talking about the fact that Baldwin was literally out of money. She has no money left, and Hovde actually has the fundraising advantage now. People not mentioning
he's got a mass. So does Mike Rogers in Michigan. So does McCormick in Pennsylvania. Everyone's got a fundraising advantage. That's the thing. This time we're actually spending money. I know it's shocking. Who could have possibly guessed we're not spending all our money defending Murkowski in Alaska?
Yeah, we did. We kind of like
crazy what we can do.
We kind of kept it even for the first half of the year, but then Dems they're literally out of money. They have nothing left. They're completely
okay. Rap. It was good being on, but I got to run.
All right, adios.
So I'll see you guys next stream here.
All right.
See you.
But yeah, I mean, like, Republicans, is this the first time ever, or I should say ever, like, first time in a while that Republicans have had this big of a fundraising advantage? I can't think of the last time they had this for, like, across the board. They got the clear advantage right now. Has it happened before? Like, in the last, like, 10 years? I can't really think of a cycle that's occurred. Because every year, Democrats have some crazy, $500 million advantage everywhere. But this year, that's not happening.
I can't think of any time.
Yeah. Thomas Baker for 5. Do you all see that Emerson poll in Connecticut 5th? Harris only up by 1, and the district Biden won by almost 11. Hayes up by 3, margin of error of 3.6. I saw that, but you gotta be careful of congressional district polling. They could suck. But if Trump is really only down by 1 in Connecticut's 5th, Hayes may go down. She may actually lose. American Nerd for 5. Rap, what's your opinion on Joe Rogan? I honestly don't know what to think of him sometimes. I don't know. He's definitely a interesting character. That's another way to put it, but I don't know. K-Cup for 5. October surprise. Trump goes on ESPN Manning cast for Monday Night Football and says he dropped an FDR Payton. Payton what? Trump, he threw a dime Payton. Oh, gosh. Chief Constituent for 2. How much will Trump assist down ballot Republicans? Put it this way. If Trump wins Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan by at least 2 points, like each of them, Republicans are for sure going to win those Senate seats. At this point in time, if Trump's up by 2 everywhere, they're going to win those seats for sure. Or I shouldn't say for sure, it's just very likely. That's why it's critical for Trump to do just amazing in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, because that could be the difference between having a, 52 Senate seats versus 54, 55, maybe 56. So, let's see. How is she broke already? Well, this is what Democrats do. They spend all their money early on. But this time, they're just having a big problem with fundraising. And Dems are not talking about that. They're not mentioning the fact that they're out of money. So, yeah, it's her campaign. Her campaign's out of money, not Tammy Baldwin herself. So, Lord Rhino for 5. Virginia got redder. Did it actually?
Oh, what?
Did Virginia get redder again?
Yeah, I think it did. Probably
Yesterday it did. Oh my God!
Yeah, she was talking about Pennsylvania got redder too. Actually, if you look at the registration data.
Let's see here. Actually, got more Democrat. Okay, let me see here. Let me pull this up. It did not get redder. Actually, it got a little bit more Democrat, but there's an explanation. Let me pull this up. Let me put this on stream. Where you at? There you go. Yeah, so Christian Heinz has a new numbers, and apparently it swung roughly 0.25% Democrat. Now, let's see here. As I expected, Democrats did gain back some ground they lost to the reporting leg, but it wasn't enough to overcome the massive GOP gains we saw over the weekend. Even with all the new voting sites opening up in Nova and the surge of early votes that came out of blue counties like Prince William, Republicans are still in a better position than they were on Friday. In other words, yeah, they did better, but that's not good for Dems. That's basically what he's saying here. Because Democrats, they had a leg of votes. There's reporting leg. But then, like, it wasn't enough. It was not enough to counteract what happened this weekend. I don't know. I mean, at what point do we consider Virginia a toss-up? Or, it's like, you know, actually kind of like a swing state. Because, like, if early voting's still this bad for Dems, despite having a surge, at what point do we say it's maybe a battleground and Trump could actually pull it off? I don't know. I still think Harris wins it, but if this is good news for them where it's still, like, worse than 2021, 22, and 23, I would not say that's good news for Dems at all. I would say that's a complete disaster. Dems got it pushed hard. Hold on, what? Anyone know why Trump surged on Poly Market? Well, the polls came out, and it's not looking good for Harris. That's why. If the polls hold on. If the polls have it at least within a point between the two candidates, I would not say go that far, but I would say when the early vote's 45% Republican. So, okay, yeah, I would say right now it's 40% Republican. I'm going to say if it becomes 42, 43, 44% Republican in early voting, I would say at that point it's a swing state. If it's only 44% Dem in early voting, or 54%, or, yeah, excuse me. Jay Shug for 2, did you see the changes on Poly Market today? Yeah, Republicans there are kicking ass now. Mike for 2, Dems up by 0.25% in Virginia, it's Donald over. Yeah, it's like Democrats, they have one good day of early voting, which was expected, and that's how they're celebrating. Yeah, it didn't say a damn word about yesterday. They said nothing. American Nerd for 5, Rap, how detailed will you dive into the numbers for election day when the results come in? Well, I mean, we'll go in detail, obviously. When does early voting end in Virginia? I don't know. It might be one of those things. Does it go all the way to the election day?
I have no idea.
Virginia's one of those weird states with early voting. I don't know. They might. Again, don't quote me on that. They might go to election day. But I cannot for sure confirm that.
Okay, I think I found it here. Virginia early voting is between September 20th and November 2nd.
Yeah, so it's like right before election day. So I would say by November 1st, if it's like 45% Republican, you could call it battleground. Like 42, 43, 44, somewhere in that range. I would say you could probably constitute as a battleground at that point. What about early voting in Pennsylvania? That looks like shit for Dems. And by the way, their firewall is... I mean, this is the funniest thing I've seen all day. They are celebrating their firewall being half of what it was then compared to 2020. They're outright saying that, yeah, our firewall back in 2020 was 1.2 million voters. Here's why having a firewall of 500,000 is good. That's what they're saying. They're flat out saying that it's actually a good thing that early voting's way down. It's like, are you kidding me? It's more Republican. It's way down of all votes.
Every single Democrat's going to vote on that. Every single one of them's going to vote on election day.
Yeah, it's like, no, they're not. That's bullshit. We have studies from NBC, Gallup. I think with Pew Research, did a study on this. It's clear that, yes, election day turnout will be a little bit higher, especially with Dems, but it's still majority voting early. Chief Constituent for 2, are you making political bets formal or informal? I would say, I don't make political bets, but informally, I would bet on Ohio. I think that's a free win. I think that's free money. Same thing with Montana. DHP for 5. I wonder how Brett Baer will be with Harris. He was tough with Donald. I have not watched Fox News in years. Well, I don't know. Hopefully, he's actually asking questions, but the real JW for 2. What does the early vote in Virginia say about the national electorate? You know, with early voting, you can't really compare other states. Like, you can't compare Virginia early voting to Pennsylvania. You really can't. But I would say early voting across the board is looking bad for Dems. Arizona's looking like a red wave. California, Orange County looks like it might flip. I'm not saying it will, but Virginia early voting looks like a disaster. North Carolina, same deal. Even Michigan, Wisconsin, it's all bad. It's not good for Dems at all. So, hey Rap, imagine Trump in the White House with 230 reps in the House of Representatives and 56 reps in the Senate, Republicans in the Senate. Yeah, I would say if that happens, Trump can do what the hell he wants. He won't have any problems. Alright, yeah, Chief Constituent, the political bets, I'm saying like Montana. Montana, Ohio are free wins at this point. It's free money. Could have changed, maybe, but highly doubt it. All right. What do you think of CBS deceptively editing Mike Johnson's interview? Yeah, did you see this? Did you hear about this? So yeah, Mike Johnson, he went on CBS. You know how they have that scandalous 60 Minutes? How they like cut out a bunch of what Harris said, like to make it a little better. Well, Mike Johnson's people caught them cutting out what he said during his interview on CBS. They like spliced it up to make him look incompetent. Like he had an interview with CBS like this morning or whatever, and they were like they cut it, they spliced it up to make it sound like he didn't know what the hell he was talking about, to make them like not talk about what's happening in North Carolina. Yeah, I don't know what CBS is doing. First the debate, then the 60 Minutes crap, then this stuff. They edit out Johnson's remarks to make him look bad. I mean, it was a live interview. It's like you tell me they cut out his interview like that? Really? That's your plan?
It was a live interview, so there was no editing that happened.
No, here's the thing though. They literally have a video of like they like most congressional staffers. They record like the interview, like the full thing, like the unedited version. They have it, and they literally posted it. It was completely different. So it's like, what the hell are they doing? Like, how can you like deceptively edit stuff that much and think that's fine? How? Like what do you gain from that? I'm serious when I ask that. You gain nothing except trying to, make Johnson look bad, which that's probably what they want. CBS should not get a press pass if Trump wins. I agree. CBS and ABC News, they have gone off the rails.
All right, so should we briefly get into the Dick Cheney stuff?
Yeah, I thought this was a joke, and for those that don't know, Real Texan made a joke about
I have multiple times jokingly said that Dick Cheney is Brat because he's being completely embraced by the Kamala Harris campaign, and I might have memed it into existence.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Walls and Baldwin and Klobuchar, they were at Eau Claire, the UW Eau Claire yesterday, and this is what she said. We're going to see like a bus going through western Wisconsin with, I want you to take pictures of this, Bernie Sanders and Dick Cheney together holding a sign that says Brat Fall.
So in other words, they literally just said Dick Cheney is Brat.
Oh my gosh. It's actually real. When I first heard this, I thought you were joking. No, they actually said Dick Cheney's Brat. That's basically what they said here. And, first of all, who in the Harris campaign thinks it's a good idea to have Dick Cheney campaigning for you? Who?
I mean, Liz Cheney, I guess.
But do they understand how unpopular Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney are? No one likes them except resistance.
Literally right now, they're just popular with Democrats. But
yeah.
Like, they're probably. I mean, Dick Cheney probably had like a 1% approval rating in Madison. Now he has like a 6.
I would be surprised.
His approval's probably now like 60% in Madison.
I would be shocked. But that's how those people operate. But it's one of those things where it's like now apparently there's like ads in like Nevada or whatever where they have like Liz Cheney like saying, me and my father support Kamala Harris. The CIA supports Harris. The IRS supports Harris. That's an interview, or like an ad or whatever. It's like, wait, what? You're gonna celebrate being endorsed by Liz Cheney and the IRS? Really? Or the union, I should say. Not the IRS itself, but you know what I'm saying. American Nerd for 5. Rap. Imagine the GOP had it screwed up in 2022 and Trump had a supermajority in both chambers. Yeah, if they didn't screw it up in 22, we would have a supermajority right now. Or more than likely, we're going to get one. Reasonable to simp for 2. Wisconsin is close being red. Come on, Hovde, Tiffany 2026. Yeah, Tiffany's running, by the way. Just for those wondering, he's running. More than likely. But yeah, I think Hovde's going to pull it off. Especially with, what the hell is Baldwin doing here? She was involved with this Dick Cheney stuff. I mean, unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Mike for 2. MSM bias is exactly why we need the Electoral College. I agree. Alex Maddox for 2. New poll out of Tennessee showing Trump up by only 21. Oh, God. Let me guess, active vote.
Probably was. Also, there was a poll out of Texas from the University of Houston that showed Trump up by 5 and Cruz up by 4.
He's winning Texas by 10. I mean, this outside of like Austin, what part of Texas is going to shift left? Like honestly, you live there. Outside of Austin, what's going to shift left?
I mean, there could be an off chance Colin, but that's about it, really.
So even like chances to shift right, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, they'll trend left, but I think they'll shift right.
Yeah. I gotta be clear that they're gonna trend left more than likely, but that doesn't mean they're gonna shift Democrat. Oh yeah, by the way, the Karl Rove, he's officially supporting Harris now.
Yeah, I thought that was an exaggeration. It actually was real. Like he did an event, like a town hall or whatever, with Adam Kinzinger. So he is officially supporting Harris.
Unfreaking believable. And Fox News still has him around. Why? Why is Fox News still letting that guy in the network? Why? He has never been wrong. Remember back for those that don't know, look up Karl Rove's reaction in 2012 when they called Ohio. Look it up. It is one of the funniest things you would ever see. The guy lost his freaking mind when they called Ohio. American Nerd for 5. Remember when all the Democrats hated the Cheneys to the point that Dick Cheney was a villain in his own biopic? Good times. Yeah. It's like, he used to be like he was the Orange Man bad before Orange Man, but like a lot more hated. People forget, what was his favorability rating, like 10%?
Yeah.
I'm not even exaggerating, it was like 10%. 10 to 15%. But now Democrats love him. And for what reason? Because
he says that Trump is a threat to democracy.
These people, when even Bush is not saying anything, unbelievable. What the hell did they offer Karl? Well, Karl Rove's a hack. I mean, outside of 2004, he's done nothing useful for anyone.
Karl Rove is Brat.
Oh God, I thought this Brat stuff died. This stuff's actually still going on.
Yeah, apparently there's Brat Fall or whatever. It's like an official Harris campaign slogan or something.
This is the dumbest campaign I've ever seen. This is so dumb.
I'm starting to wonder if Charlie XCX is going to do that. It's going to perform at the Harris, final Harris concert or whatever the hell.
Yeah, we're not calling them rallies. They're just concerts. It's literally just a concert. Like everyone, watch a Harris rally. Every single one of them. It's just a concert, and she speaks for 20 minutes. She literally goes up for 20 minutes, to speak off the teleprompter, and leaves. She did that yesterday. She did that a couple days prior. She does it everywhere she goes. She speaks for 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20, and that's it. Chief Constituent for 2. Thoughts in Greater Idaho, and Dick is Brat, obviously. Greater Idaho's not going to happen. I think it should, because people in Western Oregon want to leave, but...
Concepts of a plan.
What the hell? What do you say?
Concepts of a plan. That's literally all she has now.
I hate that.
Like, there was a whole clip from her Erie rally where she just goes on laughing about concepts of a plan.
But it's like Vance said, it's like you can't give a full 300-page answer in 10 seconds. So I don't get what the attack is. Like, oh, he didn't mention 300 pages of a plan right off the bat.
He doesn't have a plan for healthcare. Project 2025 is going to take away your healthcare.
Lord Rhino for 5. Schizolib election Twitter generally thinks that Texas, Florida, Utah, and South Carolina... Ooh, actually, my thing cut out for a second. They actually think that Texas, Florida, Utah, South Carolina, and all the swing states are going to vote for Harris. Yeah, they have deluded themselves into thinking they're going to actually win every swing state. They actually believe it. Not just, it's a cope or whatever. They actually believe it. Chance Andrezik, for 5. Which state can Republicans turn red again? Georgia or Arizona, or are they both gone? I think Republicans win both of them this cycle. Now, I think we're better off in Georgia long term, but we just gotta see. Or are they both gone? By the way, it's pronounced Andrezik. I think I'm saying that right.
I think there's some Democrat activists on Twitter that thinks that they can win North Dakota's Senate seat.
Go ahead, spend money. Go ahead. Spend $500 million there, see what happens.
TikTok, yeah.
These idiots, like, I cannot believe these people are real. It's not just, it's like not even a parody. These people actually believe they can win all these Senate seats. They're gonna win Florida. They're gonna win Texas. They're gonna win everything. They actually believe it. That's a scary part, by the way. They actually believe they're gonna win everything. Reasonable descent for 5. Used to live in Chicago, moved to Florida, and I'm loving the shifts in the Midwest. Wisconsin is next to Ohio. I agree. Riley Moore for 2. I think McCormick will win the Pennsylvania Senate race. You know, I still think Casey's a favorite, but if I'm Democrats, I start to get a little bit worried. I start to get a little bit worried about Casey. Actually, very worried. Like, oh crap, we may actually lose here. Not looking good for Dems in Pennsylvania. That's true. Roger Wicker's only leading by 5. Fake poll. These freaking, every year there's always some shitty poll that comes out with like Wicker plus 2 or whatever. It's always the same shitty polls every year. It happens. It sucks. It's like, do these polls intentionally try to get stuff wrong?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get Democrats to spend money.
And they actually believe their own crap. What a load of bullshit. Why is RCP moving Nebraska Senate to likely Republican even though they don't have any of those internal polls on their site? Well, because we have no polls in Nebraska, so they're just gonna say, oh, well, it's likely. Let's see what happens. I have been with Trump since day one, and even wanted to run in 2012. Really? Alright, but yeah, so anyways, Dick Cheney's brat now. I mean, I can't believe that this is what they think's gonna appeal to these voters. Like, honestly, outside of, like, resist liberals, who the hell thinks that this is a good idea? Who does this appeal to outside of resist liberals? Do you think this appeals to union voters, to...
Adam Kinzinger.
Yeah, exactly, resist liberal.
I mean, yeah, he's resist lib.
Yeah, resist liberal women, like Kinzinger. I mean, if that's the truth, that's the
only...
Oh, yeah,
here's another, here's another plagiarism thing.
There's more?
Oh, yeah, like, she flat out plagiarized an entire paragraph from a government law.
Oh my
God. Like a government website.
It did, like, the New York Times say this wasn't a big deal, or something?
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta go for a few minutes. I'll be back.
Right. Let me get this on stream. Video maker for 2. Casey was panicking about his race on MSNBC. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, so, more plagiarism. Oh my gosh. Good lord. It's word for word. Outside of some and that's the only difference. She changed 1 word. 1 word is all she changed. My goodness. Has she plagiarized everything? And this was like 10 minutes ago this released. Wow. Wow. I cannot believe that it's so blatant. It's like, really? This is what they're doing right now? The Harris campaign? I should say Harris, like, my gosh. Yeah, I just love the fact that she changed some to Yeah, that's all she changed. She changed 1 word. And can you imagine doing this in, like, okay, imagine you're in high school and you have to give, like, a paper. Like, you have to write a paper on whatever. If you would do this in any other class, you would get, like, thrown out. The book thrown at you. She did this to sell her books, I believe, right? Or, like, for, what was this for exactly? Let's see here. Yeah, does anyone know what she's actually using this for? Chief constituent for 5. I guess that Dick Cheney is Brat since Brats love blowing crap up they don't own. And they never take accountability for their actions. Makes sense. Yeah, basically. SFG Productions for 2. Her entire campaign is plagiarism of Biden's. Yeah. Not even the good parts. Like, okay, we can shit on the Biden campaign all we want, but at the bare minimum, they were trying to appeal to union voters. They were trying to appeal to white working class voters. They weren't pretending to do this crap. DHP for 5. 2022 was sabotaged by Romney, McDaniel, and establishment Republicans. Yeah, that's obvious. Some to us literally copy homework meme. Yes. Yeah, that's all it is. It's literally just the meme. All it is just you change one word. Let's see. College plagiarism is so hypocritical. Professors fail students for accidental plagiarism while simultaneously ripping questions off Quizlet for exams. Well, yeah. But I can see the thing where it's like, you can't just steal people's work. I get, like, that's a little bit different. Apparently this was just stealing people's work and claiming it was yours. That's a little bit different. No, in public schools now you could do this and still earn an A. Yeah, maybe. I just find it funny that she changed one word. Lord Rhino for 5, when Dick Cheney's playing with Hoi 4 so he could get his Endless Wars. Yeah. The mainstream media is blaming her ghostwriter. Really? Are they actually blaming her, Are they actually blaming the ghostwriter? Yeah, blaming plagiarism like this is a different level. Yeah, it's like, it's one thing if you just copied and pasted and then, you know, you moved words around, you actually made it a little bit different. That's one thing. It's still not right, obviously, but the fact that they were so lazy, they just went on, like, meganslaw.california.gov. All they did was just go to that website, copy everything, and change one word. She changed one single word and took credit for it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. How deep does this go? Because is everything she's written just a plagiarism? I'm actually curious. Is there more to this? Let me pull this up. Christopher Rufo. Where are you at? Let's see. Line Kamala. Yeah, Line Kamala. Oh my gosh, there's more. There's actually more. Let me get this on the stream. Hold on. There's actually more. She did the same thing. Oh my gosh. It's the same thing. All she did was add a little bit more to the top and added we. That's all she did. This is a completely separate thing. It's all the same. October surprise, Ghost Rider's an actual ghost. Yeah. It just keeps going. It's literally just verbatim what they were talking about. They just copied and pasted. I just don't think this is going to change anything. No one in this generation really gives a crap about plagiarism. Oh, it won't change much, but it's one of those things that makes her look bad. It makes her look like it looks like a fake and a fraud. That's what it makes her look like. Because this is ridiculous. I mean, just wow. Wow, wow, wow. Goodwill Industries. And, like, you changed, like, 2 things. Now, you didn't even change anything. You just added, like, a couple words. We to the organization's goals to original guys. Yeah, that's what they did here. Let me copy your homework, but change it up a little, make it look different. She didn't even do that. They just copied and pasted and added one word. Yeah, unbelievable. Unfreaking unbelievable that this is real. Wow, what an October surprise of the century. Again, it's not like the biggest thing in the world, but I just find it so hilarious that I don't think she has ever written like I don't think she's ever had like her own beliefs. Like, I don't think she's ever had anything like that. Mike for 5, plagiarism gets you kicked out of school. It should also get you kicked out of government. Yeah, I mean, it can be a big deal. Alex Ledbetter for 2, Casey implied him and Kamala down by 2 on MSNBC. Really? Chief Constituent for 2, she's a DEI hire for VP, Senate, and Attorney General. Of course she did. Well, there's other reasons why she got those jobs, but just like Willie Brown. That's all I gotta say to that. Just look up Willie Brown. Alright, he got Biden kicked off the ballot. Yeah, it was a big scandal for Biden, which I know it's a little bit different, but that was back then, but still. It's still a pretty shitty look for Harris. And the fact that New York Times is saying it was like, you know, oh, her ghostwriter. Yeah, sure. Let's see. Check some McCormick War Room post from 2 hours ago. Yeah, sure, I'll check that. Alright, we got more, we actually got, ooh, hold on, we got breaking news, hold on. We got breaking news from Big Data Poll. Breaking, we have a brand new Big Data Poll out of the state of Michigan. Trump plus 3.5. Wow. Trump plus 3.5 out of Michigan from Big Data Poll, aka the People's Pundit. Wow, wow, wow. Trump plus 3.5. That is unexpected. Is this your Senate prediction? No, it's not. It's just looking at the Senate races, but wow. That's big. Listen, if Trump is really winning Michigan by 3, which again, it could be off, you know, by a little bit. But wow. If Rich Barris has it at Trump plus 3.5, it's over. It's over. I know people give Barris a lot of crap, but especially the Rust Belt, he's a good pollster. If I had to put money on it, I would trust him more than freaking Bloomberg and some other shitty polls. If it's not big payment polling, it's trash. That's real. What do we know about the pollster? So it is Rich Barris. He's from the People's Pundit. Man, I have to make a whole video on this later today. Wow, if Trump really wins Michigan by 3, at that point, it's over. You're talking about complete blowout. Patriot polling over everything else. Yeah, there's actually a Patriot poll that came out. Yeah, Trump plus 1 in Wisconsin. Let's see. What do you have them on your poll scorecard? People's Pundit, I think it's A+ for swing states. I could be off, I believe it's A+ for big data. I could be wrong, but actually I could check right now. Let me pull this up. America First Insight. Let's see here. I gotta find it. Pulls a scorecard. Yeah, so for swing states, actually it's an A++. They are the second best swing state pollster. Yeah, it's the second. They are the second best swing state pollster on the America First Insight Pollster scorecard. The video maker for 2, Barris had Biden plus 2 in Michigan in 2020 exactly. Is Big Data right or left leaning? So it's Rich Barris. You know, people give him a lot of shit because he's had some he's had a couple of misses here and there that overstated Republicans. But go back to 2020. Go back to 2021. Go back to 2018, 2016. And yeah, he's had misses, but it's both ways. It's not just every poll is 15 points off in favor of Republicans. It's 1 or 2. There's a couple misses here and there, but relatively speaking, it's correct most of the time. Lord Rhino for 5. That's more than Biden's win in 2020. Possible the Senate goes GOP with those numbers. Oh yeah, at that point, Republicans are winning that seat. Republicans are winning that seat at that point. Yeah, Big Data's the top pollster. People give a lot of shit, but he's correct. Most of the time, he is correct. Sorry, but it's true. It's true. If Trump is winning this by that margin, it will be called an election night. Yes, it will be. If it's really Trump plus 3 in Michigan, I just don't see how Harris could win, because at that point she's done in Pennsylvania, she's getting crushed in Wisconsin, she's getting killed in North Carolina, Virginia's probably up for grabs. How could she win through, like, maybe I don't think she could win. I don't know. Let's see. If Trump is winning Michigan by a big margin, it's 56 Senate seats. Yeah, I agree. It will be 56. This kind of aligns with On Point Politics and Brown's Crown Politics. Is it? Which, by the way, yeah. I don't know about Michigan. I still, if it's Trump plus 3.5, Trump plus 4, that's with leaners, by the way. Trump plus 4th leaners, or just under. At that point, it's over. Yeah. Not good for Harris. Not good for Harris at all. I took a break. Anything new? Well, we just got a big data poll. Drop a big poll. And I wonder, are there crosstabs of this poll? I'm hoping there is. Does not look like it. Damn. Damn. Well, we gotta save it for a video later today. Oh, hold up. We got breaking news. This literally broke like 5 minutes ago. Whoa, more plagiarism stuff. No freaking way. Are you serious right now? You can't make this up. No way. Did she actually just... Another instance announced from the CDC. Look at this. Holy smokes. It's not as absurd as the other ones, but it's still pretty bad. Like, the only difference is a couple of sentences is like crime and violence. They just switch it around. Reasonable to simp for 5. If he wins Michigan by 3, there's no way Pennsylvania or Wisconsin voting to the left of that. Yeah. Mitchell for 5. Rap, did you see people panicking about the return rate in Michigan? I did not see anything about that. This is like the 8th plagiarism thing they found. Oh my gosh. I know it's not going to help Trump, obviously, but it's very funny to find this stuff. Like, it's so insane how much they're finding. Like, the amount of plagiarism she's done. People said there's a Yale poll that came out. Wait, Yale has a poll? Really? I have never heard of Yale polling before. Like, I know what Yale is, obviously, but... Oh my god, they actually did. Wow. Yeah, brand new Yale poll. Trump plus, or Harris plus 1. Harris plus 1. And that looks like shit for them. Wow. Independents are... Hold on. Those are some weird results. Trump's at 20% of black voters, 37% of Hispanics, 53% of whites. Asians only 26%. That's the one that's a little bit off to me. But everything else seems kind of right. Lord Rhino for 5. Actually, well, there's one spot. The non-college of college stuff. Listen. If Trump is really only down by 7 with college voters, but up by 6 with non-college, he's up by like a point in the popular vote. Lord Rhino for 5. Is it really a surprise that she plagiarized as she did copy Trump's no tax on tips? Well, yeah. But this is why I think it could help Trump in the fact that if she was plagiarizing something like that, and now she's getting caught copying and pasting his policies, I mean, it's not going to change many people's minds, but it makes her seem like a fake and a fraud. It really does. They even out correctly, though, I guess. Well, not really. What was it back in 2020? Yeah, what was the, Fox voter analysis? Jose M for 5. Should Republicans end the filibuster since Dems would do it and try to do it? We could pass election laws and other stuff. Yes. Screw it at this point. We gotta get rid of the filibuster. When we take power. But then immediately bring it back. We're about to lose power. That's real. Wow, so yeah. According to the Fox News voter analysis, no college grads made up 61% of the vote back in 2020, while college grads made up 39%. That's what I thought. And Trump won non-college grads by 4. Biden won college grads by 16. What did they have it here? So college grads shifted like, non-college grads shifted like a point Republican, and college grads shifted like 10 points Republican. Yeah, it would be like a tied popular vote. Or maybe like Trump plus 1. Clown World for 2. Michigan's change with auto union might be right of Rust Belt. Well, that's a thing. You know, you do got the unions there. That's one thing that might make them more Republican. And we all know from the Teamsters poll, from other surveys, she is just a complete disaster with those voters. Raleigh Moore for 2. Imagine out of nowhere we win 60 Senate seats. We would probably have 60 Senate seats if Mitch McConnell wasn't a dumbass. Same with McDaniels back in 22. But yeah, it's what happened. We should have had 53 right now, but even just 52. Just something. But we didn't. Well, if Trump's doing better with college, it is over. Yeah, it's like, that was a whole argument. These people were saying that, oh, well, Trump is doing way worse with college grads. Not according to Yale. which I know it's one pollster, but not looking good for Harris. Not looking good for her at all. All right. Yeah, it just this poll does not look good for her. Outside of independents, which is just weird. That's independents are Harris plus 8. That's kind of weird. We would have had an extra seat in Nevada, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Arizona if things went away. Well, yeah, even if we just win Nevada and then like Georgia, that would have been enough to win the presidency, or the Senate, I should say. American Nerd for 10. I unintentionally plagiarized something for an essay I had a hard time completing in my college English class and owned up to it. I don't know or understand what Harris' excuse is for her plagiarism. Her excuse is like a ghostwriter or something. Now, the ghostwriter did it. And you didn't clarify that? Yeah, sure. What caused a shift in Gallup? The Gallup poll, I gotta show this because there's Gallups, I don't know what they're doing. And then you had frickin' some people just saying some dumb stuff. For those that don't know, Gallup has that party ID poll, which everyone looks at. Which, by the way, before now, they were ignoring it. But these same people are now saying that, oh yeah, by the way, the party ID poll is looking good for Harris. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, so right here from David Gillio. Apparently many polling accounts are posting inaccurate / incomplete information. The actual current Gallup 3-party party ID advantage shows an R+1 environment / electorate. So it wasn't freaking shifting 15 points Democrat. No. It just, right now, it's R+1. But they reported it as like Harris +5 or whatever, or D +3, I should say. And people panicked. And that's Gallup. This is their own numbers. So, yikes. Harris didn't even paraphrase. She wrote word for word. Yeah, exactly. If she paraphrased, that's one thing. But she just word for word copied and pasted it over. It's bad. It is really bad. Yale has a horrible pollster rating. I don't know. Did Yale poll before? I don't know. Laxfold absolutely should have won in 22. Yeah, he got screwed. He got shafted by a bad campaign. Real bad campaign. Utter disaster. Gallup poll is done right after the debate response bias. I don't know. I don't know about that, but maybe. Rap. Casey went on MSNBC and said him and Kamala are aligned in Pennsylvania internal polling and that it is a 2-point race. And didn't say if they were ahead or losing, but Trump is up in Pennsylvania. Well, yeah, I mean, if Casey's down in Pennsylvania, they're not winning the Senate. I mean, they're already losing with Tester and they're probably down with Moreno. So it's like, how can you win while losing Montana, Ohio, and potentially Pennsylvania? You have to win Nebraska and like Texas. And even then, that's not enough. Well, yeah, it would not be enough in that scenario. The Voices for 5. Did you see the Texas poll from Hobby University of Houston? It's worrying that Trump's winning Texas up by 5 in a fairly accurate pollster in Texas. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're right. I can't confirm that, but I've heard other things about Texas. So, wish Lax would have ran this year. Nah, he's lost too many Senate races and governorships. He just can't win. No matter what happens, he just cannot get over the hump in Nevada. It sucks, but it's true. He just can't get over the hump. All right. We should have had Rick Harrison run. Yeah, we should have as a meme, but I think Republicans get 55 Senate seats. West Virginia, Montana, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. I could see that. I could see that as a legitimate possibility. Does that mean it's for sure going to happen? No, but just gotta see. Any chance Lombardo runs for Senate? Probably not. Maybe in 28, maybe. After he wins re-election. Maybe. Because let's face it, he's going to win re-election. He's going to win by like 10 points. He's going to win easily. But does he run for a Senate seat? I don't know. That's a tricky one. Because doesn't Nevada have term limits? I could be wrong, but I thought they did. Will he be live on election night? Yes, we will be live on election night. If Humpty barely loses, these people are going to say we should have ran David Clark. Oh, God. Don't even suggest that. Tyler T for 5. Harrison cooked. Morning compost / Bloomberg is only Harris plus 4. No way. Did they actually only found Harris plus 4? Hold up. Bloomberg. Please tell me Bloomberg only had a Harris plus 4. Morning consult. Lord Rhino for 2. Biggest surprise in the House or Senate? I think it's gonna be... I don't know. It's gonna be like... That's a tricky one. Yeah, Morning Consult has a Harris plus 4, it's over. If they're showing Harris plus 4, it's done. It's done. Morning Consult, Bloomberg, they're the same shitty pollster. If they have it Harris plus 4, yeah, they're cooked. Wow, and look at these demographics. I mean, young voters are shifting Republican. Yeah, that's about right. Let's see. Maybe since he'll win by so much, maybe we'll pick up the state attorney general office, secretary of state, or pick up a few state legislative offices. Well, the thing with Nevada is I don't think that's going to happen. I know Lombardo's well liked, but that's kind of pushing it. That's kind of pushing it. Could they gain seats in the legislature? Absolutely, but I don't know. And plus, it's a governorship. You can't really compare that to, like, other races. Wisconsin Senate seat and Katie Porter's seat's flipping. Yeah, Katie Porter's seat I could see. I wouldn't think Wisconsin Senate seat's really a surprise. Like, it's unlikely for... Or, Baldwin's still the favorite, but I don't think it's really a stunner if he actually wins. You know, I don't think so. But I could be wrong, I guess. But, yeah. Probably market Trump surgeon again. Is he actually? Is he actually going up again? Huncow flips. That would probably be it. It'd be like a Huncow type, pulling off an upset, but... Nevada does, and he are only benching for 28, so why not? Yeah, so if there's a term limit in Nevada, run him at 28 for the Senate seat. Go ahead. See if he can win that seat. Alright, Nevada, yeah, read that. Is there one bad Republican running for House in Nevada? You mean, well, what do you mean by that? Is Huncount overperformer? He was back in 22, but will that translate? I don't know. Tester is done. Yeah, Tester is done. Tester is done. That is real. If Democrats are worried, Polymark will shift heavy for Trump, yeah. Chief Constituent for 5. I will say that California 47 is looking really good. Eternals I saw are favorable for Scott Bowell. The Coachella rally, it was actually really helpful for us. Yeah, I'm really wondering if that's why Trump did a rally there. To help, like, Scott Bauer and others. You know, if Scott Bauer wins, that it's so Democrats can't win the House. Because at that point, like... At that point, you're talking about, like, Mike Garcia holding on. You're talking about Ken Calvert holding on. Valadeo probably winning. Hell, even Duarte has a chance. So... Anyone know how accurate Polymarket was in 2020? I don't think they were around back then. Or at least they weren't noteworthy. Universe 7 scum for 6. Cut off for Trump carrying David Sunday for Attorney General in Pennsylvania. I would say like 0.6 points victory. Well, you gotta be careful with Pennsylvania because they have a lot of ticket splitting. So, I'm saying like Trump plus 1 or 2. Maybe 3. I can't say for sure. But Pennsylvania has a lot of ticket splitting, especially in presidential years. Also, did you ever see that Bow plus 3 poll rap? I did see it, yeah. I did see that poll. I think so. Surely. Surely I saw that. American Nerd for Fire. Rap, I still wish that the Halo music guy won his primary for the House in Nevada. What was his name again? Oh, Marty? Yeah, Marty O'Donnell. I wish he would have won, but sadly he didn't. Sadly he didn't. Thoughts of Devontae Adams to the Jets rap. I saw that and I'm laughing hysterically. I mean, seriously. Your problem's the offensive line. You don't need a wide receiver. Well, Adams is a great wide receiver, obviously, but, like, you already got Wilson and, Lazard and, like, Williams. Like, I don't know. Just use your weapons you got right now. And they got Breece Hall. I don't know what they're doing. They need an offensive line. Let's see. Nevada House candidates suck. Yeah, I know there's a couple bad ones. Hey, Rap, Tesla's ads are just calling Shaheen a rich out-of-stater who wants to privatize healthcare, ban abortion, as racist and Native Americans. Yeah, I saw that. Also, Tesla's running as a Trump candidate, so that's all you need to know. All you need to know about him. If he's running as a Trump candidate, it's over. Watch him tear his Achilles 4 plays in. That would be the most Jets thing to happen to them. That would that would be the most Jets thing to ever happen. 2 straight years to get a superstar like Adams or Rodgers, and they both injure themselves. You know, that's entirely possible, but I don't know. Hey, Rap, do you think that with the GOP having competent leadership now, we could have a Senate supermajority by 2030? Well, we should have one by now. That pisses me off a little bit, but we could. We absolutely could. Let's see. Hey, my man, I know my Jets suck, but please, man, we are dead in the water. Listen, I'm sorry, but it would be the Jets thing never happen if that actually occurred. That Adams tears his Achilles. Sorry, but yeah. American Nerd for Fire, Rap, how do you feel about a Biden presidency in 2017 through 2025? Think he would have been better than he is now? No. Well, maybe a little bit better, but because that's before the Orange Man, really. Chances Razik for 2. Sounds like Tesla's running like a resist liberal. Well, yeah, but then sometimes runs like the Trump guy. Like, oh, I'm the Trump endorsed I'm the pro-Trump guy. It's like, you're full of shit. Hot take, I think Republicans would for sure pick up one of the Rust Belt 3 Senate seats, almost guaranteed. Yeah, I think it's, I would say a guarantee at this point, but I think it's very likely. Very, very, very likely. Alright, Shaheen's winning by about 7 to 10 points at this point. Yeah, that's a case right now. It's 7 to 10 points. Orange Man bad. Yeah, except when it's politically convenient. That's Orange Man good. Tester and Brown are done. Yeah, I think Tester's done. Brown, I think it's looking very likely he's going to lose. It just, I can't see him winning. I just can't. Orange Man good. Yeah, it's Orange Man good when it's politically convenient. When it's not, Orange Man bad. Let's see. Just got a pro-Shaheen ad, pro-Second Amendment, and pro-Trump. Yeah, that's all he has to run on. You don't have to run on anything else except being the Trump candidate. That's literally all he has to do, and that's what he's doing. So, good for him. He knows what he's doing. Mostly. John Tester should have retired. Joe Manchin at least saw the writing on the wall. Well, yeah, Democrats, though, they were so desperate. They basically forced him to run. Joe Manchin, they didn't really care, because they knew he was done. But they actually believed that there was maybe a chance that they could win with Tester. But, yeah. RC for 2. Will Republicans keep the House? I think they will. They'll keep the House majority. Will they expand it? I don't know. Hey, Rap, Royce White sucks so bad that even in unhinged witchcast, we get 60 Senate seats flipping New Mexico, Maryland, and Virginia, but Minnesota stays blue. Well, yeah, Royce White sucks. He's awful. She's one of the reddest states, is in one of the reddest states. That's an easy campaign to run. Well, you have to go against Tester, who has for years been a bullshit artist, saying that he was the pro-Trump guy and all that crap. So. House Democrats have bad candidates. Well, yeah, they got some real bad ones. Real bad ones. Alright, I think that's it. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for questions, concerns, whatever. Send them now. Join the channel for just $1 a month, folks. How many people are going to be on the stream for election night and who will be there? So, I don't know yet. I'm assuming it's going to be me, obviously. Real Texan, John, maybe James, I'm assuming. Yeet, Aliens, Yay. Basically everyone, I would say, except, of course, Tyrone, but... Ron Johnson had the lowest approval rating, still won. Yeah, that's Ron. Well, that's Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson knows how to win races in Wisconsin. Tester's a Trump candidate, yet never voted for anything he proposed once. Yeah, well, that's how he wins. He pretends to be a Republican, and then he's not. Rap, I keep seeing Osborne ads everywhere. Have you been getting them? No. Will Dem turnout drop in 2020 because no Orange Man? Yeah, maybe. If Ron Johnson can win, then so could Trump. Well, yeah. Ron Johnson had like a 5% approval and still won. What happened to Tyrone? Well, he's in the military now. Still not sure who I will plan on watching on election night. Watch Real American Politics. Watch this channel. We will have the best election night coverage, and that's real. That is real. But alright, everyone, I think that's it for today. If you guys did enjoy this stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. We will have a video out later today about Michigan. That's my plan. We will have a Michigan Senate race. Or no, Michigan just in general, the state of Michigan. Because it's looking real bad for Dems there. Alright, we'll see you guys in the next stream, video, wherever you see me at. Godspeed.